Hello and welcome to the first ever instruction video for my new paint kits. This one is the Oregon Pride Rainbow. Each kit comes with everything you need. The only thing you really need to bring are scissors and a cup of water. First up is the protective parchment paper. Helps keep your surface working area nice and clean. Got a canvas. And don't forget to check behind because that's where your paper towel is, like I did there. A stencil has two sides. One's a heart and one's the state, just in case you give it as a gift and they don't want to paint the state of Oregon or Washington or whatnot. They can do a heart. Now there's two sizes of brush. We have a large brush and a small brush. I really like the smaller brushes for doing the stripes because you have very little chance of making them too big. Now I was making several videos this day, so we've switched to my bulk paint just to make sure that I don't waste too many pods doing the videos. So I always start with the red, orange, and yellow because yellow is the most likely to be compromised color. You forget to rinse off your brush or you don't rinse it off good enough, then that color is going to end up being orange or green more than likely. I've sped it up so you can watch through the whole video. Takes quite a while to get everything all painted, but should be able to do the first part hopefully within an hour, give or take. Then you gotta let it sit though. So I'll put a pause on the voiceover while this finishes up. And here we are just finishing up on that last wing stripe. Now you want to let it dry in between layers. I do suggest to do 2 layers for both colors. You can pick it up and kind of look at it in the light and see if there's a little extra shiny spots, and that means that it's still going to be wet. For repaints, shouldn't take any more than 10-15 minutes for it to dry enough to do the second layer and the third layer, etc. You want to let it sit for about an hour though before you do the stencil. You want it to cure. You can even let it sit overnight just to make sure. If it doesn't cure well enough, your tape can stick to the paint and pull the paint off the canvas, and then the rainbow area will have to be redone. Now, Oregon has some interesting lines, but that's what gives it its unique shape. So you want to just be as careful as you can, getting this cut out and know that those are going to be your outlines. So once you're done cutting it out, make sure that you look at it, take out any little irregularities or anything that, may be a little oopsie here. Put a little tape over it. Now the tape to get the stencil to stick to the canvas is actually wrapped around the big paintbrush. So you can grab that brush after you get everything measured up. You see I didn't make the red and the purple big enough, and so it's not going to fit on the horizontal direction, so we're going to make this one vertical. I'm putting the tape on, get as close to the edge as possible to make sure that that is secure to the canvas. The looser it is, the more likely you are to bleed in black paint underneath the stencil. Rub it on the back. That usually works pretty well. Now starting from the inside to the out, well, I start with edges. Some people finish with edges. I start with edges. But when you go to do the state, you're going to want to start from the center of the stencil in outward motion so that it doesn't get that paint underneath the stencil, and black out the entire canvas. Make sure that, from every angle that you can't see the color underneath. Once that's done, get something flat, pull that off. Now you have a Q-tip included as well to clean up any teeny tiny mistakes. And you're done. You can get a varnish or clear coat, anything that you want to be able to seal that or leave it unsealed. Put it up in an office, your room, give it as a gift. Thank you.